Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Kipke. I'm a Republican member of the Maryland House of Delegates, and very excited to be here to support Kelly Schultz. At this time, I'd like to introduce the chairman of the Maryland Republican Party, Dirk.
Thank you, Nick. Kelly, Governor, thanks so much for having me here today. Are we having fun yet? My name is Dirk, and I'm the chairman of the Maryland Republican Party. I'm here today, as we all know, because the Democrat Governors Association has decided to meddle in Maryland Republican politics, just like they're doing all over the United States. And we're here to condemn their efforts. As we all know, yesterday the Democrat Governors Association bought over $1 million worth of TV ads. These ads are intended to meddle in the Republican primary and support Dan Cox over Kelly Schultz. Tactics like these are nothing new. The Democrats have been doing it all over the country. National Democrats and the DGA have spent over $40 million this cycle promoting this type of effort. My message to them is simple. Get out of Maryland and stay out. As chairman of the Maryland Republican Party, I can't pick sides in the Republican primary, but I do have all Republicans in this state's back. This is an attack on all Republicans. Let me repeat, all Republicans. And Maryland Republicans denounce it, period. My message to Republicans in Maryland is simple. Don't get fooled by the progressives in Washington, D.C. Don't get fooled by the National Democrats and their rich liberal cronies. Do your homework and vote for the person who gives us the best chance to hold the governor's mansion this fall, which is exactly what we're going to do. Thank you.
At this time, it's my great honor and privilege to introduce to you Maryland's next governor, Kelly Schultz.
Thank you so much. Thanks for everyone for being here today to talk about a very, very important issue. And I appreciate everybody for coming out. And I want to make this very clear and very simple for everybody that's out here at Lawyers Mall in Annapolis today. 2 weeks ago, our campaign predicted that national Democrats would spend millions of dollars to prop up fringe candidate Dan Cox so they would not have to face me in the general election. How do we know this? Because national Democrats have been doing this across the country. They've already spent over $40 million in other Republican primaries, and as of today, they are spending more than $1 million in an attempt to help Dan Cox. The math is easy. Spend $1 million now and save $5 million by not having to face me in the general election. We are here to let Marylanders, particularly Maryland Republicans, know what exactly is going on. Any ad that you see paid for by the Democrat Governors Association is an ad meant to trick you because they think that you can be manipulated and fooled. These are the same people who spend most of their days claiming to care about saving democracy. But when it comes down to it, all they care about is their own political power. And this proves it. They're afraid they'll lose to me in November. They're afraid of losing 4 out of the last 6 governor's races here in Maryland. And because of this, they're willing to support a lying conspiracy theorist like Dan Cox, who is a danger to our party and our state, just so that they can take back the Maryland State House, a state house in a government that they believe is rightfully theirs. I reject that. The National Democrats can't stand Governor Hogan and the success that we have had. They can't stand these Republican legislators that are standing behind me, and frankly, they can't stand me because I am a threat. I am a threat standing in the way of one-party rule in Annapolis. So what are we going to do? To put it simply, we're going to fight back. We won't be fooled by their deceitful and shameless tactics. I'm calling on every single Democrat running for governor who all claim to be fighting for democracy in one form or another to condemn this election interference. I'm calling on all fair-minded Maryland Democrats to say enough is enough and to tell their party leaders they shouldn't encourage people they believe are dangerous to our country. I'm calling on Dan Cox, the self-proclaimed freedom fighter, Mr. Anti-Democrat, to denounce these actions by his own Democratic allies. Trust me, I'm not holding my breath when it comes to Dan. His own Republican colleagues in the General Assembly do not stand with him. He's asked Democrats to re-register to vote for him, and now he's relying on the DGA's progressive donors in New York City and California to bail him out. When the heat is on, we get to see people who they really are. I know where I stand. Every single day, I am working to move our state in the right direction and will fight to keep charging and keep changing Maryland for the better. I am standing here today with my friend, Governor Hogan, and Republicans from across the state to challenge the attempts by the progressives in Annapolis and D.C. who wish to meddle in our primary election for their own gain. And as governor, all Marylanders can count on me to fight for them and bring real solutions to inflation, taxes, education, and crime. Make no mistake about it. We are going to win. And on July 19th, Marylanders will be one step closer to having that safe, steady, and prosperous future that every single one of us deserve. Thanks, everyone, for being there. Go out and vote on July 19th, and we're all going to be better off for it. Thank you all very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce the great governor of Maryland, Larry Hogan.
Thank you. Wow. Hey. Wow, thank you. What a nice welcome. Look, I wouldn't be here today if I didn't think that this was critically important. I recognize that Democrats are frustrated at losing 3 of the last 5 races for governor here in Maryland. They're frustrated by all that we've been able to accomplish over these last 8 years, cutting taxes by $4.7 billion, turning a $5.1 billion deficit into a record surplus, leading the biggest economic turnaround in America. And they know that Marylanders overwhelmingly support the work that we've done, and they want it to continue. And out of the, whatever it is, 16 people running for governor, Kelly Schultz is the only candidate who will continue that legacy. But the Democrats are so scared of losing again that they are now enabling, emboldening, and embracing a QAnon conspiracy theorist, someone who bussed people to the Capitol on January 6th and called Vice President Pence a traitor as the Capitol was under attack. Democrats already outnumber Republicans 2-1 in the state, but they still feel the need to cheat because they're out of ideas and clearly believe that they can't win a fair fight. The people who scream all day long about democracy being at stake are willing to play Russian roulette with Maryland State House just to win an election. It's the worst kind of hypocrisy. We have all seen what happens when people are willing to do anything to win. We have all seen what happens when you repeatedly try to manipulate people. Look, the one thing the Democratic Governors Association has now supported Martin O'Malley, Ben Jealous, and Dan Cox. That's not a great winning formula for the people of Maryland. We've spent the last 8 years fighting against this type of toxic politics. And Maryland voters are much smarter than this. So luckily, I want the people of this state to know that Kelly Schultz is the right candidate because she will keep changing Maryland for the better, and she will be standing up and standing against the out-of-control taxes and spending and soft-on-crime policies that the Democrats are pushing. But I also want Marylanders to reject these disgraceful and desperate tactics and to stand up for common sense, free and fair elections, and for democracy. Thank you.
I want to thank you all for coming. This concludes our press conference.